if you look overall at the all India context, our last voter turnout is 86.9, which, if you compare to other states, is fairly high, and it's still quite high, and it is still a very high, voter turnout. About the what our voter turnout also, I'm anticipating that it'll reach around those figures plus minus. Now, some of the reasons which I've spelled out just now could be because of absentee voters. They're not here. That is one category. Number two is that from election commission they have pioneered, and they have started what is known as the electorate that was going into the polls. 10.59 lakhs was male and 10.81 was female. So the enrollment of the females was much higher than the males. And also today, across the polling stations in the state which went to the polls, we saw that it, it appeared that the women voters far outnumbered the male counterparts. Um, in terms of the age profile of the electorates, in the 1819 category, we had 89,564, and these first time voters were also felicitated with the first time voter medals. And similarly, like we have done in the past, the first five voters of every polling station were also given these first to vote medals. In terms of people with disability, we had about 11,310 who were registered PWD electors. 80 plus voters were 22,042, and the total control units that were deployed was 4,700 plus. The total ballot units was almost 5,000, and the total VVPAT is about 4,900 plus. This time in Meghalaya, there were a number of seizures that was made. In fact, the seizures that were made were much more than the previous years, almost 20 times higher. As on date, as on yesterday, the total seizure amounts to 74.18 crores, of which the value of the of cash was 8.71 crores, and of course the lion's share was 33.25 crores, and of course the others account for the rest. So in 2018, the total seizure was only 1.15 crores. So this time the seizure is 74.18 crores, and the lion's share, of course, I'd like to reiterate, is is accounted for under drugs, and this also is a great contribution of the of the election machinery this time, that the war on drugs had intensified during this period since MCC was declared, and a record amount of drugs was seized. Uh, Apart from that, in terms of voter awareness, uh, from the election commission and from the office of the CEO, we have laid great emphasis on using music, and there were music videos which were produced and which were performed by a state election icon called Vote for Sure, and also another one by the state's disability icon, the Light After Dark, which was also used and which was also produced to inspire the people with disability. Coming to since this year we don't really have much time between polling and counting. We have hardly not more than 48 hours also. By the time all the polling parties reach, it'll be early tomorrow morning, and this month, as you know, ends on the 28th, and then on the 2nd is the counting. So I'll just give a brief overview of the counting arrangements as well. Counting will start at 8 a.m. on Tuesday. Sorry, on the 2nd of March, and we have 13 counting centers all across the state, and we have 22 companies that have been retained by the police. There will be separate input from the police also. I mean, as we go along with this press conference, so 22 companies have been retained for guarding of the strong room, and also for any post-poll contingencies. And we have this time election commission has deployed 27 counting observers, and we also have micro observers all over the state. We have about 549 micro observers. A few of them will also be deployed at the counting tables this time to assess the counting observer, and we will also have the arrangement of the VCB, that is the VVPAT counting booth, wherein one polling station at random. I mean, five polling stations will be taken at random for counting of the VVPAT slips to cross check the the figures, whether they are tallying or not in the control unit and the VVPAT slips. Uh, then, as usual, postal the counting of postal ballots and ETBBS will precede the counting of the control units, and as soon as half an hour commences, then simultaneously the counting of the control units will also take place. So this, in brief, is an overview of the of the elections which were held this time.